Hey guys, what is going on? It is Scout with 3 guns down as always, and this is the Stanley Parable. I'm doing a playthrough of this game. It's a Half-Life 2 mod using Source Engine. The guy created the original one just as a mod a couple of years ago, and then he finally decided to go with the full game with it. I first heard about it and saw it when I was watching Rev 3 Games. That's where Adam Sessler went after G4 TV. If you know who Adam Sessler is, he's one of my absolute favorite journalistic gaming people. So of course I followed him there, and they were showing this game off in one of their Thursday evening things. So I had to of course get it. It looked really good. It's one of those games that messes with your head, kind of like Antichamber does. I don't know if any of you ever saw my Antichamber playthroughs. I do need to go wrap up and finish those. There's a lot of things we need to wrap and finish on this channel. But and that's one of them, including our Fear 3 playthroughs. Now I know I'm not going to talk about Halo lore and crap like that, but let's get into this game. Oh, end is never the end is never the end is never the loading. Never. Yeah, this game messes with your head like that. What was really weird is down in my left hand corner, I'm using Fraps to record this, right? So I have the frame counter. And at that very beginning, if you go back and look, the computer screen had like an image of my screen, and then it had another computer that had an image of my screen. So, you know, it was an image of an image of an image. And I could actually see my frame counter down on the bottom left-hand corner of the computer screen's image. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm pretty sure I have that disabled, so it doesn't show up in the videos. But yeah. And this, I don't think this is really going to stress my computer at all, because it is a Source Engine mod. Which is, it looks like, it could look as good as Half-Life 2
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I did. Okay, so I am Stanley. It's 11:20. I'm gonna be really peculiar about a lot of this shit because I'm gonna pay attention to way too fucking much in this game because I know it's one of those games that messes with your head. So yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where is this meeting room? It does have Half-Life 2 controls, by the way. And in case you guys are wondering, this game is on Steam for $11.99. I don't know how long it actually is, but I've gotten to the point that if a game is really good, you know, I don't consider a price a certain...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I want to piss it off.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay. I like the voice actor. He's really, really good.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Can I? Yeah, okay. I like doing this.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I just want to it tells you to do something and you want to purposely do what it tells you. Like, think about that. A game tells you to do something and you have the option to purposely do or to purposely disobey it. Like, wouldn't you? Huh, maybe he intended you to do that. I don't know. This is going to be a game with a lot of replay value. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift 5. But you're dead. Alright.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is her? Ooh, dark rooms. As many horror games as I've played, I don't like dark rooms. Oh, shit.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the fuck?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press B.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Now. What if I don't, like, okay, I'm pressing other buttons just to see. It doesn't seem like there's anything consequential for pressing another button. Okay.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
God, this is depressing already.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press Y to spend time with the boys. Hey, it's 6 hours ahead of time, huh?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
What the fuck? This is messed up.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press I to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Press 5 to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm not gonna push it. I'm gonna sit here for a minute and see what happens. Cause I feel like, and that hand on that clock's actually moving too. Yeah, look at that. The minute hand, I mean. I kind of don't want to wait around this long, but I feel like like this game. From what I watched, the Adam Sessler, they made a custom demo for Adam Sessler, and none of it was in the game because he didn't want to give away anything. And so the voice actor, who I really like, by the way, I'll figure out his name and put it in the description or something. But the voice actor like did all these voiceovers again just for Adam Sessler, and it's you gotta go watch it. I'll put the link to that video in the description below as well. It's pretty hilarious. I guess nothing's gonna happen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and press E.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What did I just do? What did I just do? I pushed a button. And it... Oh, so it...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This game...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so apparently this guy's trying to keep me alive. I guess. Or is he?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Meeting room, meeting schedule Monday, weekly target, blah 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 blah, what to do about 432, a group 42X. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Oh wow. Number of slides on this slide. Charts and slides. God. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graph per slide. Please no more charts. Please. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circles the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplication and return to your boss. Solving interpersonal conflict. Two people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. What are your dreams for the future? Guess that's it. Oh, nope. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, no exception. No expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Okay. That game. This game's broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I feel like there's something here now. I guess we'll never know.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I'll do what he says for now. I'm gonna play this again though and do everything he tells me not to. Executive bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Okay. 845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
Holy
code
crap.
by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I don't like elevators with... Okay. And we're going down. This is interesting. Weirdly enough.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
See, it grabs you with the death of Stanley.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
Mind
door that
control
read
facility.
Mind Control Facility.
Come on, that's just... Oh my god.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
That is a really long, dark hallway. This is a really, really long, dark hallway. Yeah, I ain't fucking with that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I gotta play this again and do all the things he tells you not to. Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Holy
their true nature revealed.
Shit.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, it really has my fucking attention now.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to
Fire.
believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
What the crap?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I would. Facility power, I guess? Mind control status. Okay, so they don't do anything right now. Five. Mind control idle awaiting input. This game, man.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What if I turned it on?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it,
Fucking
Stanley?
hell.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape
my
it to your
God.
heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
What do I do?
Mere
What do I do?
moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. what all this
Numbers,
means. I
numbers.
barely know where to start.
2, 8,
What's
5,
that?
4.
You'd like
Right?
to know where your co-workers are.
Okay. 2,
A moment
8,
of
5, 4.
solace
That was
before
that
you're
code,
obliterated.
right? Or
All right,
0,
I'm in a good
1,
mood.
2,
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
0, 1, 2, 4.
I erased
0,
them.
1, 2, 4.
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course,
Whoa,
that
what
was
were those
merely
two? What were
in
those
this
two? That one
instance of
was
the
4, that
story.
was 1, that was
Sometimes
2.
when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in
And
your
that
office
was
forever,
5.
pushing buttons
4,
endlessly
1,
and then
2,
dying
5.
alone.
4, 1, 2, 5.
Other times,
0,
I
1,
let the
2,
office
4.
sink into the
There's another
ground,
number.
swallowing everyone inside.
0,
or I let
5,
it
2,
burn to a
1.
crisp.
Okay.
I have to say this, though.
Where's
this
the
version of
0?
Events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm
Wait.
sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be
Oh!
even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Alright, I'm just start fucking pressing
Oh
buttons.
dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're
0.
supposed to be doing right now? Or
Wait,
did
that-
you
was
just
that a 0
assume
or
when
is
you
that a
saw that
5?
timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
5,
I mean, look
3.
at you.
Oh,
Running
fuck
from
you,
button
man.
to button, screen to screen,
5,
clicking on every
3.
little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red
1.
button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something
big
here
red
will
button?
save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
Dude,
But
talk
here's a
about
spoiler
breaking the
for you.
fourth wall.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
This man's
to
fucked
see
up.
you made humble.
Oh my god.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine.
Okay.
But I'm
1,
going to destroy it first,
2.
so you can't. Take a look
Oh
at the
my
clock, Stanley.
God.
That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
Damn it.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice.
Maybe if I go hit the
Make
off
it
button.
count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part
on.
of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
This game. It starts you back here?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What the
Stanley
hell?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So see, here's my thing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct
Here's my
way to the
thing.
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
It talks
Perhaps he
about...
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Right, so you enter that mind control
Wow.
room, right?
Yes, this room.
And inside that mind
but
control
eager to
room,
get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
inside that mind control room.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Huh. But that mind control room, right? I mean, what is this guy doing? Mind control. You know,
But
like...
Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Wow. Okay.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
This story is absolutely, definitely this way?
No! This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Are you kidding me? Okay. So before we start this all over again, I'm gonna cut this video off here so that they aren't insanely long. I'm Scout with 3 guns down. If you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, hit the subscribe button, like, dislike, comment. Tell me what you think about this game so far. Is there any other Let's Play series you want to see me do?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
so
meeting
far.
room.
Anyway, guys,
Perhaps
I'm
he had
Scout with 3
simply
guns
missed
down.
a
Check out our
memo.
Facebook and our Twitch. We stream on Friday nights. Don't forget that. I'll see you guys later.